وما كان لهم من أولياء ينصرونهم من دون الله ومن يضلل الله فما له من سبيل استجيبوا لربكم من قبل أن يأتي يوم لا مرد له من الله ما لكم من ملجأ يومئذ وما لكم من نكير فإن أعرضوا فما أرسلناك عليهم حفيظا إن عليك إلا البلاغ وإنا إذا أذقنا الإنسان منا رحمة فرح بها وإن تصبهم سيئة بما قدمت أيديهم فإن الإنسان كفور لله ملك السماوات والأرض يخلق ما يشاء يهب لمن يشاء إناثا ويهب لمن يشاء الذكور أو يزوجهم ذكرانا وإناثا ويجعل من يشاء عقيما إنه عليم قدير وما كان لبشر أن يكلمه الله إلا وحيا أو من وراء حجاب أو يرسل رسولا فيوحي بإذنه ما يشاء إنه علي حكيم وكذلك أوحينا إليك روحا من أمرنا ما كنت تدري ما الكتاب ولا الإيمان ولكن جعلناه نورا نهدي به من نشاء من عبادنا وإنك لتهدي إلى صراط مستقيم صراط الله الذي له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض ألا إلى الله تصير الأمور. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This was from the end of Surah Shura, which is the 42nd Surah, and just a few verses where Allah Azza wa Jal is first describing about the Day of Judgment, where there will be no protectors, no helpers for anyone except for Allah. So they will have no protectors, guardians to help them besides Allah. And whosoever Allah leads away from himself or from the path, then they have no path left. So if you feel that you're guided at this time, then make great thanks to Allah that He's guided you. If you are not guided, then you need His guidance. So He says, Istajibu li rabbikum. Answer to the call of your Lord before a day comes. Like, ask for that guidance that you need before a day comes when there will be no returning, no way of turning away from Allah, because you can't run away from Allah on the Day of Judgment. مَا لَكُم مِّن مَلْجَأٍ. You will not have anywhere to hide and on that day, and there will not be any way of any denial for whoever has done something. If they turn away, if anyone after this message turns away from the message, then Allah says, we have not sent you, O Muhammad, as a protector. And this can also refer to the one who's trying to call them to Islam. Allah says that we have not sent you as a person who has to be responsible for them. You have to only give a clear message. And we are the ones, Allah is referring to Himself, that we give the human being. Now why Allah is saying this next part is that there are many moments in our lives then when Allah Azza wa Jalla makes it very clear who's in charge. So Allah says, when we give the human being a taste of our mercy, He gets very pleased. But if there's an affliction that befalls them because of what they did with their own hands, then the human himself is the one that is very ungrateful. Meaning that the human is the one that starts to make excuses, and he gets happy for Allah's mercy, but when it's his own fault, he starts to complain. So if there's anyone complaining that, oh Allah, oh God, you should have guided me, you should have done this, well, start looking within yourself and ask yourself a question. Because one of the great things that He gave mankind was that He gave them production from themselves. Allah says, He is the one, Allah, who has the dominion of the heavens and the earth. He creates whatever He wants. He gives to whoever He wants, girls only. And whoever He wants, He will give them boys. And if He wants to, He can give you boys and girls as a family. And whoever He wants, He can make them people without any children. He is the one who knows everything, and He has all power. And in saying this, Allah has just demonstrated to us that He is in charge, and we get His gifts, and we're happy when we get just like when Allah said over here, they get happy when they receive a rahmah. So Allah is saying when you have children, you get really happy. When you don't, you start to complain. This is just one example. But overall, Allah says that the guidance has been sent. So no man has the power to talk to Allah, because one of the questions people have is that, well, why can't God talk to us directly? So Allah says, okay, no man will be able to talk to Allah except through revelation, except through inspiration direct from Him, or behind the veil, or Allah will send a messenger and He will inspire to him through His will whatever He wants, for He is the one who is most high and one who is most wise. Meaning that you have asked this question about why can't God speak to you directly? Well, it's up to God who He sends, and He's not going to speak to everyone directly. He will choose His way of communicating to the humankind. If everybody had the direct speech from Allah, then there would be no point of a test. So to test people, Allah has sent others for their guidance. Allah says, just like this, we have sent to you our angel Gabriel from our command. You never knew anything what the book was, nor belief, but we made it a guidance, and we will guide whoever we want from our servants towards this. And you are one who, meaning Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you're one who certainly guided to the straight path, the path of Allah, of the one who has the whole of the heavens and the earth in His power. And remember, only to Allah shall all matters return. And subhanallah, what we've just heard there is that no excuse on the Day of Judgment. Allah says, ask for the guidance. Allah says, I give you gifts and you get happy, but when you don't get something, you start to cry, like the children that I give you is just one example. And don't try and make an excuse to me that I didn't speak to you directly, for I have sent you the messengers, and it's not up to you who delivers the message. I send whoever I want, Allah is saying, and I've always done this in the past, and I will guide whoever seeks the guidance towards this, and all of us should seek guidance towards Allah Azza wa Jal. May Allah Azza wa Jal guide us, and recite the Quran if you can, by understanding the Quran and also trying to absorb it as you try to recite it, inshallah. May Allah Azza wa Jal help all of us. This was the end of Surah Shura, Surah number 42, just a few verses right at the end. Jazakumullah khair, wa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.